Hello, I'm Rob McGovern, Technical Product Manager for the LogRhythm Network Monitor team. When you first log into a network monitor, you're presented with our initial analyzed dashboard. This dashboard is going to show you all of the data that your network monitor is capturing from the time it's been turned on. We start off with about a 15-minute window to show you the last 15 minutes of data. And from this one dashboard, it's real easy to see where our traffic is going and what kind of traffic we're seeing. So in this case, I'm looking at a large chunk of data from syslog, and I can see very quickly a pattern that about every 5 minutes I'm seeing again a large chunk of data from syslog. Kind of interesting. Almost immediately following it, I see some TCP connectivity that could be related. It gives me something to go investigate and look at. I can look at the pie chart if I want to see the aggregate view of what my top talkers, my top applications by bandwidth happen to be. So in this case, not surprisingly, I see that most of my traffic is TCP, quite a bit of syslog, a little bit that's TDS, that happens to be a SQL Server protocol, some HTTPS, some traffic going out over the web, and so on, including somebody who at work happens to be looking at the Apple App Store, which is potentially interesting, possibly a company violation we might want to go look at. We also have a table at the bottom that lets me look at all of the flows that are visible on this particular view. So again, I can look at this particular HTTP session. I can see its source destination and where it's going, how long the session lasted, whether it's completed, so has the conversation finished, and then also get a session ID. I can easily expand and see all of the metadata we have for this session. So in this particular session, I can see it was an HTTP code 200. That's a normal code that we'd expect to see. I can see it's a very small content. In this case, it's looking at a Kambata config file. Not terribly surprising. I might be capturing my own traffic looking at my own dashboard as an example here. So all of the metadata that's available to us is available here, just inside this one table, looking row by row. Well, what if I wanted to see this in my table view to help me figure out which rows I wanted to look at? I can very easily look at any of these fields, and by clicking on this little table icon next to it, let's find an interesting one to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the URI full value and toggle that. And now if I close my expanded view here, I can see that I've got the full URI shown as a display column. I can also move these display columns around if I wanted to see that earlier or later. And I can, as you'd expect, sort these columns, either ascending or descending, just by clicking on the table. So this is a quick look at our basic analyzed dashboard. In future videos, we're going to take a look at how do we look at the different dashboards and some other things we can see inside of these dashboards. Thank you.